Welcome back to AFT Die Season 6. It is round 3. The ladder's already taking shape after 2 rounds. Let's go to the first game. It is Melbourne versus Hawthorn, 4th versus 5th. Let's go to the first quarter. Okay, the first quarter is done. We've got Melbourne kicking 4 goals, 1-25 to Hawthorn 139. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. And the second quarter's done. Hawthorn have kicked 6 goals, 1 to Melbourne 2 goals, 3. And at halftime, Hawthorn are up by 6 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Melbourne, they've kicked 6 goals, 2 to Hawthorn 2 goals, 2. And Melbourne at 3-quarter time are up by 3 goals. All right, let's go to the last quarter of the first game of round 3. And in the end, Hawthorn have won by 3 points. They got over the line by kicking 4 goals, 6 in the last quarter to Melbourne 1-3. What a result for Hawthorn. All right, let's go to the next game. It is North Melbourne versus Collingwood. First quarter's done. Collingwood have kicked 3 goals, 3-21 to North Melbourne 1 goal, 4-10. And Collingwood are up by 11 points, quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter, very even. Collingwood kicking 3 goals, 6 to North Melbourne 3 goals, 4. And at halftime, Collingwood are leading by 13 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, North Melbourne, they've kicked 5 goals, 3 to Collingwood, 2 goals, 3. And at 3-quarter time, North Melbourne are up by 5 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, North Melbourne have won the game. They've kicked 4 goals, 5 to Collingwood, 3 goals, 1. And North Melbourne have won by 15 points. Final scores, North Melbourne 13-16, 94 to Collingwood 11-13, 79. All right, let's go to the next game. It is GWS Giants versus Adelaide Crows at Giant Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter, very even. Giants, they came out, kicked 6 goals, 4-40 to Adelaide, 6 goals to 38. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Adelaide, they've kicked 5 goals, 3 to GWS, 3 goals, 4. And at halftime, Adelaide are up by 9 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Adelaide have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Giants, 2 goals, 5. And at 3-quarter time, Giants are down by 19 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Adelaide, they've run away with it. They've kicked 6 goals, 3 in the last quarter to Giants, 2 goals, 3. And Adelaide final scores 21 goals, 11, 137 to Giants, 13 goals, 16, 94. So Adelaide are on the board. They lost the first 2 games. They are 1-2 now. All right, the first quarter is done for Sydney versus Essendon at the SCG. Sydney, they've kicked 5 goals, 5 to Essendon, 4 goals, 4. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Essendon, they've kicked 5 goals, 3 to Sydney, 3 goals, 6. And at halftime, Essendon are up by 2 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Sydney have kicked 5 goals, 5 to Essendon, 2 goals, 2. And 3-quarter time, Sydney are up by 19 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And Sydney, they've kicked 6 goals, 4 to Essendon, 2 goals, 4. And Sydney in the end have won by 43 points. Final scores for Sydney, 19 goals, 20, 134 to Essendon, 13 goals, 13, 91. All right, let's go to the next game. It is West Coast versus Brisbane Lions. This is the match of the round. West Coast have come out. They've kicked 5 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 3 goals, 3 in that first quarter. And West Coast are up by 11 points. Let's go to this second quarter. Second quarter, West Coast, they've kicked 5 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 4 goals, 6. And at halftime, Brisbane are down by 13 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Brisbane have kicked 5 goals, 1 to West Coast, 4 goals, 6. And at three-quarter time, Brisbane are down by 12 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, West Coast have won by 8 points in this match of the round. West Coast final score 16-14, 110 to Brisbane, 15 goals, 12, 102. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Port Adelaide versus Gold Coast Suns at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide, they've kicked 4 goals, 5, 29 to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 6, 24 in the first quarter. 5 points to Port Adelaide. Second quarter, Gold Coast, they've kicked 3 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 2 goals, 2. And at halftime, Gold Coast are up by 4 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Gold Coast, they've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Port Adelaide, 4 goals, 3. And at three-quarter time, Gold Coast are up by 16 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And very even, Port Adelaide, they've kicked 3 goals, 2 to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 1. But in the end, Gold Coast have won by 15 points. They've beaten Port Adelaide away. Final scores, Port Adelaide 13-12, 90 to Gold Coast 15-15, 105. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Carlton versus Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. And Carlton, they've kicked 4 goals, 6 to Bulldogs, 4 goals, 4. 2 points the difference. Quarter time, the second quarter. Second quarter, Carlton have kicked 4 goals, 5 to the Bulldogs, 3 goals, 4. And Carlton are up by 9 points at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Carlton have kicked 5 goals, 5 to Bulldogs, 3 goals, 4. And Carlton are up by 22 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Carlton have kicked 3 goals, 5 to Bulldogs, 2 goals, 1. But in the end, Carlton have won by 32 points. Final scores, Carlton 16-21, 117 to the Bulldogs, 12-13, 85. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Fremantle versus Richmond at Optus Stadium. And we've got Richmond coming out of the blocks. They've kicked 4 goals, 125 to Fremantle, 2 goals, 5, 17. Second quarter, Fremantle, they've kicked 4 goals, 4 to Richmond, 3 goals, 2. And at halftime, it is even, 45 apiece. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Richmond, they've come out at from halftime, kicking 6 goals, 2 to Fremantle, 1, 6. And Richmond are 26 points up. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Richmond have won by 22 points. Fremantle in the last quarter, they kicked 6 goals, 2 to Richmond, 5 goals for 4. But in the end, Richmond have won by 22 points. Final scores, Fremantle 13-17, 95 to Richmond 18-9, 117. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Geelong versus St Kilda. First quarter, St Kilda have kicked 2 goals, 2, 14 to Geelong, 1 goal, 3, 9. St Kilda up by 5 points, quarter time. Very even in the second quarter. St Kilda 2 goals, 6 to Geelong, 2 goals, 1. Half time, St Kilda are up by 10 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, St Kilda have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Geelong, 2 goals, 5. And at three-quarter time, Geelong are down by 32 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, St Kilda have won by 48 points. They kicked 4 goals 5 to Geelong, 2 goals 1. And final scores, Geelong 7-10, 52 to St Kilda 14-16, 100. So St Kilda, they've won their first game of the season. They were on the bottom for the first two rounds, but they've come out and beaten the Cats. All right, that finishes round 3. Some awesome matches to come out of this round. The two top sides from offense to defense is Brisbane and West Coast. The match of the round for round 4 is Gold Coast Suns versus West Coast Eagles. So the Gold Coast Suns are in position 7th. West Coast, they haven't made a final series in 5 seasons. They're sitting on top, undefeated, with Richmond and Hawthorn. And then we've got Brisbane in 4th place, Sydney 5th, Melbourne 6th, Gold Coast 7th, and North Melbourne 8th. And down the bottom, we've got GWS Giants, who haven't won a game. Also, Port Adelaide, who were premiers last season, a 3rd last in 16th place. And then Fremantle, they've won 2 wooden spoons in 5 seasons. They're 2nd last, and they haven't won a game. So it is very interesting after 3 rounds. We'll see you next time on AFT Die Season 6, Saturday, the 27th of July.